Chapter 154. This is like the fucking third time I've had to record this. Oh my god. Mountain foods. One night passed. I was nervous. I was too nervous to the extent that I can't sleep. Isn't the hurdle too high that the first conversation in my spider life is this world's administrator? It's like telling me who's already shy of strangers to talk to the Prime Minister suddenly. It's actually a person who's at a position higher than the Prime Minister in this world. Because that's an exception, it's not counted. It would be good if the first one is an ordinary fucking damn it. Ordinary villager C. Why is it C? Somehow. Well, it seems that Giri won't come out and interfere with me for a while from now on, so it's large that the concern disappeared. That person is more naive than my imagination. Well, otherwise it won't become like this. I was saved. Then let's forget about Giri and head to the mountain. Because I took it easy yesterday too much, I will increase my pace a little. I moved with quick steps than yesterday while appraising. When I found a plant that I didn't look at it with appraisal yesterday, I will stop for a moment. Although I intend to hurry, it can't be helped because I'm interested. I pass through the plain and enter the forest. Because there's no road, it's hard to advance because it's thick, but I advance by jumping over the trees with space maneuver. There's nothing that seems to be an animal trail, and there's no figure of the monsters either. There's no monster in this area. It might be only few of them. Oh, I discovered an ivy-like plant that bears red fruits. Bonkuda, a plant that grows naturally and wildly in the Kasanagara continent, periodically bloom and bear fruits. It's actually sweet, but it contains a little paralysis. I see. I mean, what a harsh name. Paralysis, huh? Such thing like paralysis won't work on me, who has the abnormal condition, nullify. Thus, itadakimasu. Sweet, delicious. There's a slight sour simulation, and it's delicious. Delicious. It's delicious. When I noticed it, I've eaten all the fruits that grew in the ivy. It's already over. It was delicious. Thank you for the delicious meal. After all, the raw fruit is different. Because the one I ate some time ago was dried. It was fresh. It looks like it's not a rare plant, so if I search for it, I wonder if I will find more of it. But my first purpose is the mountain after all. Let's secure the one that grows along the way. I advanced the forest by skipping. I discovered the Bonkuda several times on the way. Of course I secured it. The space storage of the space magic was useful for the first time. Space storage is the magic learned in the space magic, the so-called item box-like magic. It's said to be able to store things in a different space and can take it out at any time. It's very convenient magic for humans, but in my case, because I don't carry things in the first place, it was left up until now. After all, I have only eat the food at the spot or bring it back to home with transfer or make a new home at the place. I think that it's the home's fault because it's too convenient. Isn't it fine with just the home? I think so. Although I experimented with space storage once I learned it, my MP is consumed when it's activated, and when I take out something, my MP is also consumed. The MP consumption increases in proportion to the size of the weight of the object stored. The MP consumption when taking something out is slightly lower than storing. However, if the MP becomes very low and the MP restored if medicine is stored, a tragedy seems to happen that it can't be taken out. By the way, although it's stored in a different space, the object will deteriorate steadily by time progression. It seems that time passes even in a different space. However, because it's a different space, the deteriorating speed is slow, so something like proper preserved food can last for a fair number of days. I expect that the dimension magic probably has a similar magic at that the time doesn't pass. I wonder if I can learn it if the level rises. That's why the space storage that was useless magic up until now is useful. Normally, this magic will never become a useless magic. When I think of it, I think that I don't have useless skills. Although it can be said that I picked the necessary ones, even the ones that I was required by the title is useful. The one that was useless in the beginning, like the poison synthesis, has outstanding ability. The skills that were useless in the beginning became useful after evolving. Although shadow magic is useful, the derived dark magic plays an active role. The skills that still haven't placed for its role are only the ruler skills like hell, because the ruler skills reduce the affinity area. I don't have the plan to use it in the future. When I was thinking deeply about such things, I arrived at the mountain. I entered the mountain before I knew it. Well, it's hard to know the border of the forest and the mountain when it's nature. But unlike the forest, there's some distance between the trees, and the weed is also few. In this case, it seems that I can walk on the ground. My perception caught the reaction of creatures here and there. Although it only caught small animals like small birds or mouses in the forest, the mountain has a quite big reaction. For the time being, let's see the nearby reaction. Although I can see it with clairvoyance, I want to move and catch it with the naked eye. It's one monster that was there. Well, what's this guy? Pig? Although the monster's face is pig-like, the body is like a gorilla, and on top of that, tentacles grow from its back. Strange-looking figure. Kind Chimera pig? It doesn't seem to be delicious. In addition, the status is lower than its sinister appearance. Only exceeds the 100 a little is a weak monster of the upper layer class if saying it in the labyrinth. Somehow, the appearance and strength, it's an unbalanced monster. It's defeated by the intimidation that I emit and it stiffens. The intimidation skill evolves and becomes Tyrant. The effect is just the same with the increased power of intimidation. If I always have this turned on with the effect of Fearbringer, the stealth types are offset. The stealth types might be said as useless skill in such meaning. Well, I killed it quickly. I mean, it was an instant with the evil eyes. Although I have the evil eyes turned off after coming out, it ascended to heaven when I turn them on. Namu. Although it doesn't look delicious, I will eat it just in case. What? Delicious? Is this the power of the mountain? Even such a guy who seems to be bad can become something delicious if it grows up in the mountain. Mountain is amazing. Goodness. She's just fucking... She's just going to wander around and kill absolutely everything again, and it's great. Except now she's just going to ruin the economy of any of the people that hunt in the mountains. Also, super weird, like, this takes place long time before the events that are taking place in the special chapters, but maybe there was something, but I don't really recall them ever mentioning some sort of crazy spider monster that kills everything, you know? But I guess, you know, like, she's still kind of far away from what's happening over there. But eventually she will play some sort of part, I guess, in all this. There has to be a reason for there to be the special chapters, you know? But that is interesting, though. This is all taking place years before the special chapters, because they're still babies right now, for sure. Which means that with her current progression, she is very, 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 very powerful in the special chapters, but we don't have mention of her at all. I mean, we'll see. You know, we'll see. I'm excited.